she's amazing. I mean, she has cats and birds and dogs and chickens and
wow.
You know, every kind.
It's another world there. It's like old-fashioned America, no?
Exactly.
Where you have still that hard. I passed a hard. I wanted to take a picture, but I said I'm not gonna ask him because he looked at me like, hardware store. You have to see.
Father's side is gone. So I mean that generation is gone. So, but I have lots of cousins, lots of first cousins,
like us,
and second cousins. Yeah. So no, there's a lot of us Barkers. There's a lot of us.
Do you guys all know each other? Like, cause I.
Oh yeah.
Because I came here and I have like so many cousins.
Mm-hmm. You haven't met yet?
All of them, yeah. And I didn't even. We went to this party we were invited to, and I mean that was like.
I hadn't
this is your cousin and this is
shown
your cousin.
my face in the Persian community for a long time.
Yeah.
Event called Bleeding Hearts. And I wrote this poem about him, about how he made my heart bleed.
Oh.
And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to submit this poem. And they loved it so much at the event, the people that were in charge of the event, that they asked me to do a few more spoken words at the event. It was like, they said, we want you to travel around the room and go up to people and just do some poetry.
Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I would go up in their ears and like say things.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
In the Leo, with the restaurant with the burlesque, you know what one of the acts are? When you're having dinner, you were there.
Yeah.
They come up and they sing in your ear while you're having dinner,
So
like love songs.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. I like the idea.
Isn't it nice idea? Love song. They come, you're having dinner with your friends, whatever.
And where's this at? In
Ibiza. They come and they sing
in Ibiza.
love songs.
But in New York, I did this in
great.
New York.
Oh, okay.
And it was one night event.
That was
and it was
funny.
also a CD release. So I just submitted it, right? And then I did this event and I realized, and people were like really reacting. And the guy actually that the poem was about, he saw it and he was like, he just looked at me and he was like, what the hell? He's like, you're doing this at my event? And it was so about him. I mean, like, it was like written like, this is about you.
And how dare you.
And how dare you.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but he gave me a kiss after, which is cute.
Oh, that's good. That's
Did you
good.
see Soraya's reel? I just discovered it yesterday. I didn't see it.
No, we haven't seen
She
it.
had a reel
Amazing,
done, and it was amazing. Because I discovered some performances that I didn't know she had done.
Okay, so and the reel is what, a CD?
It's a reel. It's on Vimeo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I would love for you guys to. I'm also on a radio, Breakthrough Radio. Also, I did some open mics.
Right, I like
this,
open mics.
Yeah, and this random guy. It was called Loving Yourself Open Mic. And I went up and I was like shaking. My sister's like, do anything you can to get there.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. We got there and I did it. And this guy that's the head of this radio station, and I thought it was some kid, doing a radio station. It's like, I'd like to have you as a special guest. We do slam poetry. Right. I was like, okay, sure. And I get to the place and I'm like, like radio. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is like so. And he did a huge feature on me. Right. And it was beautiful. And like all the poems that I did.
This was all in New York City?
It was all in New York, yeah. I did a lot of, we performed a lot in the street for Occupy Wall Street with the Living Theater. And I was also a huge part of the protest that we did in the Times Square, the one that 30,000 people showed up. Initially, it was a group of us that got together, and the idea was we 2 days ahead, it was all artists that came together, and it was like, what is our objective in terms of creating this protest in Times Square? And we wanted to make it into a celebration. We don't want it to be, we wanted to celebrate that we're creating an awareness. So that was the point of it. So we wanted to dress all in white. We wanted to be happy. We did all people in stilts and masks, and just like making it like more of a celebration.
Well, it was like living theater.
Yeah. And so the idea was that at a certain time we would start singing. We would start lighting up. We would give everyone firecrackers, like not the firecrackers, like how do you call those? The
light sticks.
Sparkles, yeah. So we all gave them to a bunch of people. But then what we didn't know was that we would look back, and the people would start growing and growing and growing and
the
growing.
audience got larger and larger.
And it became like 30,000 people. And we were like,
impressive.
oh my God. I mean, the word just like it just went out
Yeah,
there.
I understand that's what happens in LA. That you guys don't go down to Pershing Square while you're here, downtown LA.
Did you go to Persian Square?
No, well, while you're here, I mean, it's a lot.
What is that?
Well, downtown LA, there's a little park, and there's the museum, and there's the library, and there's a bookstore, and just a lot of things are happening. That's where some of the people, when they did Occupied Wall Street, so they all were down there,
Yeah.
and finally the police came and got rid of everybody. But it's downtown Los Angeles, really
Is it called?
very
Oh.
hip, particularly like on the weekends. There's shows, outdoor shows
Oh, yeah.
going on. Yeah, so check it out. It's fantastic, you know?
I wish my mom could
Yeah, you know.
move. She can't walk.
Yeah.
She has to walk with the walker.
Get a wheel, take a wheelchair and wheel her out. She love it. It's a difficult
with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get her out of the house.
To get out of the house, yeah. Well, I said, well, that's sad, though, because I think, you need to get out.
Because
You need to
she's
go out.
so bright. She's so wise.
Yeah.
She's so with it. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
her mind.
Yeah.
She's such a accomplished
Right.
woman. She's so special.
But a wheelchair is good. I took my friends in D.C. that he couldn't walk, and so they said they had a wheelchair. We got him a wheelchair
They
and
do?
rolled
They
him
have
around.
facilities?
Yeah, they have facilities and roll you all around anywhere you want to. You can even rent them, I meant it'd be a fun thing
That's
to
fun.
take her down. You know, have a little picnic
That's fun.
basket
Good. So
and take
maybe
her.
I'll look into it.
Look into
Yeah.
it. Go down there first and check
I'll
it
look
out.
into it.
Just see.
It took me
Yeah.
2 years ago. It took me great energy to get her out. I took her to a Louise Bourgeois show at the.
First, 20 years ago. Like or 20 years after. Because you guys knew each other 20 years ago.
Yeah, we met at he saw me across the room, so he reached out to me.
Yeah.
Men always reach out to me. I never reached out to a man, ever.
Yeah.
No,
That's the right thing.
Yeah.
She's a man magnet.
Even if you were
She's a man
dying
magnet.
to meet somebody.
I've only got to
No,
leave her in
if
a
I
bar
was
for
dying to
5
meet
minutes and there's
someone,
20-year-olds chatting her up.
I would have someone else reach out. I would say, I remember
way
this
to be.
very strong. I would
That's a
say,
seducer. That's a
Steven
real
Spielberg I used to know very well. And there was a director I wanted to meet.
Oh, but that was for work.
No,
Oh, because you were interested in
Yeah.
him. Oh, okay.
but I wouldn't go to approach him directly. I said, Steven, he said, oh yeah, you want to meet Michael? Sure. I'll call him up.
So through somebody else.
Yeah. But no, because I think that
You diminish yourself?
No, it just depends on the woman. Some women can do it. I mean, it's not that I couldn't. It's just that men always were after me. I never had to reach out.
Why is that?
I don't know.
That's a real seducer.
I don't know.
That's a real seducer.
I just,
Were you one of them that would sit and people would come to you?
all the time.
It's like that.
All the time. As a matter of fact, I was sitting at a party not many years ago. Michael Douglas, your Michael Douglas, said to me, he said, you have 3 men in this room that you have known very well. How does it feel to be in a room with 3 of your men? I said, oh. I said, well, you know what? I never even thought about it. Now that you brought it up. And he says, and you know what we all have in common? I said, no, but you're going to tell me. So, no, I never, no.
So it's attitude.
Self-confidence,
Yeah.
You always had that?
yes.
Do you think that comes from the home?
No,
It's
because
you.
my home was shit. Shit, and more shit.
But it was you, so.
Well, I think what happened was I read a lot. I was very much alone, and I knew that how I was growing up, that's not where I wanted to be, how I wanted to be. I knew I wanted something better for myself.
Do you think that the aesthetics helps?
I think it has to do with speech.
You know what I mean.
Well, of course. I mean, probably if I looked different, it probably would have made a difference. Yeah, I think that. But I was actually, I never considered myself beautiful. I mean, I thought,
How can you not consider yourself beautiful?
Well, because
I can see.
because I never did. I mean, I think that anybody, I can look good. I can put makeup
Do you think
on.
that's the richness of not considering yourself beautiful?
Maybe, I don't know. But I never did.
But being able to carry a conversation, an argument, and I realized something that's changed. I was with someone for 6 years, and then when I broke up with him and I had freedom, I realized that you said you stayed alone, you read a lot. When I started being part of the Living Theater and educating myself more about politics, about arts, about all these things, and started being approached and having a conversation about whatever interests me or I was passionate about. That was a huge element of seduction. I'm not seducing, but I'm just saying a huge.
I think
not
so.
that I was trying to seduce.
Yeah, yeah, because I would just go into a room and go in the corner by myself. Was not even paying people attention, and all of a sudden they all would be there in that corner, And then sometimes I used to have fun. I would say that they said, "Well, what do you do?" And I told them, and that was a time when they were. What was that TV show where the person was a mortician?
But we had a friend who ran that.
When I was 16, I did dissection cadavers. When I don't want to speak to somebody, when I don't want them to get close, they said, "What do you do? Where is your background?" I said, medical illustration.
Yeah.
I started doing
Dissecting bodies.
So all of a sudden, people, if they go like this with their body, they go, "Okay."
All they want to know about it, and I had to go into great detail about what I did. Of course, we get it all from the movies, how it's done. But no, I remember that. Well, I used to do silly things, but I had fun. That's all. And also too, I think I came from that generation. I came from where the '60s, where we were really free. We as women, we could come and go as we could say,
one of the first of the liberated women.
I could sleep with you. You want my number? No, I have no intention of seeing you again. It was nice. Goodbye. Don't bother to call me, and I won't call you.
She never said that to me.
You did that.
No, but I always called him when I came to. But I always called you when I came. That's what he always says to me. You never answer my emails. You never, yeah. But you only call me and say, "Roger, I'm here."
Oh, I like that.
Which is true, because I thought once I was gone,
Do you think the Playboy Club helped you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was great training.
You were part of the Playboy.
She started the
You know that my route since I am in high school is to go to crossing from Sunset. Since I'm 15, I do that, and I take always my kids during Christmas, especially to show them the lights. 2 nights ago, I went left, and she said, "Mom, you always go this way."
She always
I said, "Well, I like that house you have there. I've never been in there. I wish I would go one day. One day I will go there. You know what I mean?" And I've been doing, and I know this by heart. I have a radar in my head, and my car was going, and then I go to.
I always loved that house because it used to